Have you ever wanted to make a progress bar that doesn't just look like this? How about something more fancy like this? That's what we will be doing today. A custom progress bar made of our own images. Step 1. Prepare a sprite sheet. The first thing we need to do is to prepare the images that are going to be used in our progress bar. We are going to do this in Photoshop, so first we create a file to hold our sprite sheet, and the dimensions depend on how many images you have and how you align them. For me, every single image is 1024 by 512 pixels. I have 8 images aligned in 2 rows, so this is how it is going to be aligned. Let's get these numbers into the app, click Create, and now we have our sprite sheet file. Go to Preferences, Guides, Grids and Slices, and add the highest common factor of your dimensions here. Open the View tab, select Show Grid, and then on the View tab tick Snap and select Snap to Grid. The only thing we need to do now is to either draw our images or fit the ones we already have inside the grid. And these images can be anything you may think of using to depict some kind of progress. In my case, it's a flower field, and you may have something like that or something more fancy. And you can even have something that doesn't directly depict progress, but just shows an animation that changes as it goes, so it can be literally anything. But for most cases, you will just draw a first picture, copy it, and draw on top until you'll have a whole progress bar. Then you need to make sure that all the images in your sprite sheet are perfectly centered, or they will jump around the scene and you will have to re-import the same thing again and again, and it's kind of annoying. Then make sure your background is transparent and export the file. Step 2. Import and prepare a Unity asset. The next step is to prepare our image to be used by Unity. Here we just drag and drop our image into the Assets folder, change type to Sprite, change mode to Multiple, apply, and open the sprite sheet editor. And if you see this window, you'll have to install the 2D Sprite package into your project, so go to the Package Manager, select 2D Sprite and install it. Now open the sprite editor, select Slice, and here we need to specify how big our frames are, so I will add my image size. Click Slice and see how it divided our image into pieces. Also, if you have messy names on your sprites because your file's name is messy, then don't give the file a messy name. I'm just kidding, you can change them here. Then we click Apply and our sprite sheet is ready to be used by Unity. Step 3. Prepare UI and code for a progress bar. Now we need to create a canvas and an image that is going to be our progress bar. And if you're not using an old Unity system, it is fine as long as you can add some kind of image and set a sprite to it. Next, we need to attach a script component. Make it accept a list of sprites, so the field should be either public or a serialized field. Now this is where the magic will happen. Create a method, we call it setProgress, which will accept the progress value in %. Then add a check just in case to see that we're always sending correct information into this method and the value is not out of range. Now we need to understand which image to show depending on how many of these we have and the input value here. To do that, we take our progress %, multiply by the amount of images we have and divide by 100. Now that we have an image index, we can assign a value in that list to a sprite. The last thing is to check if the value is not equal to the items count, which will happen if input is 100% and will throw index out of range exception, so we need to take last element in this case. Go back to Unity Editor and set those images from our sprite sheet, and remember you can have as many of those as you want. Step 4. Test. At this point, we need to create someone to call our progress bar and change values, so let's create a game object and attach a script just to test our results. Make it accept a progress game object. Then get the component reference. Then we need to add a loop that is going to wait for a second and then update our progress with the new value. The last thing is to add this check, which actually checks if the parent game object is alive. This loop takes a long time to finish and the game may be stopped by then, which means the progress bar will not be available. And remember that your project is going to have some actual tasks going on instead of this loop and task delays. Now save, run the project and see the results. And yes, you can see it is working just fine. But it is really ugly. The problem here is actually the default size of my sprite sheet, so let's change it. And you may have no problem at all if your image is smaller than mine. And now change it, apply, run again. Much better. I hope this progress bar looks fine as I'm going to use it in my game. Please let me know if you like it. I hope this video was useful for you. Don't forget to like if it did help you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!